Not streaming just yet. Just bear with me a moment.
We're now fully live, Madam Mayor.
Right, so we can start again. As I said earlier, keep our fingers crossed that we can carry on continuing. Councillor Phillips, you wanted to speak on the proposal. Neil?
Yes. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Although I respect any motion coming from or recommendation coming from any scrutiny panel, I think that this was in the end well-meaning but poorly timed. Because the local plan committee held on the 1st of July 2020 a report by the Director of Democracy, etc. regarding the local plan was considered, and the extracted draft of the minute of this item was as followed, which you can see on page 7. I tend to think that although this was well-meaning, that it's a local plan committee now that everybody wanted to be set up, etc., to deal with the local plan, will deal with the local plan. And following that meeting on the 1st of July, it was resolved that it be recommended to Cabinet that, subject to the publication of the revised government guidance, which we're waiting for, a revised local development scheme with a clear timetable for the review to be reported by Cabinet by the end of September 2020, together with the first draft of the list of policies that will be suggested for review, because we have 41 policies that some we need reviewing, some won't. It's all evidence-based, but I will come back to the main crux in a minute, but also to work through the Joint Committee on a sub-regional basis being endorsed, and the financial implications of abortive work to be noted. So, although I welcome, like I said, any recommendation from a scrutiny panel, the local plan committee now is a standardised committee. And the reason also, Madam Mayor, that I feel I can't agree to the motion, and also some of the statements tonight from the public, is the fact that we need to refresh the evidence base. And we haven't got a new standard method at the present moment in time from the government to renew housing numbers. The borough plan already takes account of the 2014 household projections. Bear with me. The inspector also considered whether the Coventry and Warwickshire housing market area was the correct one for the Neaton and Bedworth to go forward, and concluded it was. Going forward, there will be a material consideration for the review, as any departure from it would require robust and compelling evidence coming to a different conclusion. Now, and I hope this gets out to the public, but guidance on the standard model is to be updated by the government shortly. In a ministerial statement in March 2020, the minister said, "To that end, I'm announcing that we will review the formula for calculating local housing need, taking a fresh approach, which means building more homes, but encouraging greater usage in rural, put my glasses back on, in urban areas. Now, accepting the motion tonight wouldn't mean that we would be able to move forward anyway. The policy group that really matters within the council is the local plan committee, which we've set up. Now, to begin the review, it will be necessary to undertake a major assessment of the housing and employment needs of the whole sub-region. We won't be able to do that tomorrow with this motion. This satisfies the duty to cooperate and meets the tests as set out in the regulations. It also reflects the approach endorsed by the inspector in his decision letter recommending adoption of the borough plan. We need to take a sub-regional approach, and unfortunately, until we get more information, and I'm quite happy to call more local plan committee meetings.
Councillor Phillips, I think
This
your
is really important now, Chair. I will not be much longer, Madam Mayor. You know, with the new guidance, any action to determine the housing and employment requirement either for the borough or the sub-region is likely to be aborted. The cost of undertaking this specific activity is likely to be £100,000. In other words, in a way, and
Councillor Phillips, can you finish, please?
I thought the local plan committee actually worked quite well the other night. And I can't support the motion, and I don't expect people who won the local plan committee to support this motion, because we are moving forward, but we're moving forward, Madam Chair, within the guidelines that we can only work with. And people may shake their heads and not agree with that, but that is a fact, and that is a legal fact.
Okay, thank you. Councillor...
Madam Mayor, can I move to the vote, please?
Seconded.
Okay, I have a resolution to recommendation to move to the vote, which has been seconded. Can you take the vote, please, Simone?
Okay, so this is the vote on the procedural motion to move to the vote. If you could indicate for or against, then please. Councillor Beaumont.
For.
Councillor Brinley Edwards.
For.
Councillor Brown.
For.
Councillor Croft.
For.
Councillor Daffin.
For.
Councillor Doughty.
For.
Councillor Elliott.
For.
Councillor Evans.
Abstain.
Councillor Gazain is apologies. Councillor Glass.
For.
Councillor Golby.
For.
Councillor Gran. Councillor Gran. You're muted, Councillor Gran. Okay. I'll come back to you. Councillor Gutteridge.
For.
Councillor Hancox. Councillor Hancox.
Yeah, for. Sorry.
Councillor Hocking. For. Councillor Jackson.
For.
Councillor Condacour. Councillor Condacour.
Against, did you get that?
I did that time. Thank you. Councillor Llewellyn-Nash. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Could you just repeat that?
What was
She's
the number?
muted.
Sorry, Councillor Llewellyn-Nash. For. Okay. Councillor Lloyd.
For.
Councillor Longdon.
For.
Councillor Pandare.
For.
Councillor Phillips.
For.
Councillor Pomfret.
For.
Councillor Rudkin. For. Councillor A. Sargent.
For.
Councillor J. Sargent. For. Councillor J. Shepherd.
For.
Councillor T. Shepherd. For. Councillor Smith.
For.
Councillor Tandy.
For.
Councillor Tromans. Councillor Tromans.
For.
Councillor Walmsley,
4.
Councillor Watkins,
4.
Councillor Wilson.
4.
Councillor Gran, have you been able to unmute? No. Okay. And that vote is clearly carried with one abstention and 1 against.
I think we can safely say, without hearing what Councillor Grant says, that the proposal to move to the vote was carried. Everyone happy with that? Right, so we will move to the vote on the
Motion.
Yeah. So this is a vote on the substantive motion at
the
14.
substantive version at
Yeah.
14B. Yeah.
Again, indicate for or against, please. Councillor Beaumont.
Against.
Councillor Brinley Edwards.
4.
Councillor Brown.
4.
Councillor Croft.
4.
Councillor Deffin.
Against.
Councillor Doughty.
Against.
Councillor Elliott.
Against.
Sorry, could you just repeat that, please, Councillor Elliott?
Against.
Against.
Councillor Evans.
4.
Councillor Gazane is apologies. Councillor Glass.
Against.
Councillor Golby.
4.
Councillor Gran. Councillor Grant.
Lower it, Seb.
Councillor Gutteridge.
4.
Councillor Hancox.
Okay.
Councillor Hocking.
Against.
Councillor Jackson.
Against.
Councillor Condacor.
4.
Councillor Llewellyn-Nash.
4.
Councillor Lloyd.
Against.
Councillor Longdon.
Against.
Councillor Pandare.
4.
Councillor Phillips.
Politicising. Against.
Councillor Pomfret.
Against.
Councillor Rudkin.
4.
Councillor A. Sargent.
4.
Councillor J. Sargent.
4.
Councillor J. Shepherd.
Against.
Councillor T. Shepherd.
Against.
Councillor Smith.
4.
Councillor Tandy.
Again.
Councillor Tromans.
4.
Councillor Walmsley.
4.
Councillor Watkins.
Against.
And Councillor Wilson.
4.
Rubbish.
Yes.
I've got that as 17. Oh, just bear with me one moment. I've got that as 17-16-4. Just wanted to double check that.
Yes.
That's carried.
Sorry.
Yeah.
In a world of my own, I think I'm dropping to sleep actually. So the vote was the proposal was carried. The recommendation was carried. 17-16. Okay. So we'll move to the final item on the agenda, which was questions from councillors. I have 2 questions, one from Councillor Condacor, who will ask the following question to Councillor Neil Phillips. Councillor Condacor.
Thank you very much, Chair.
I'll phrase it a bit. Climate change is a big threat. What are we doing about supplementary planning on passive solar gain? This is from Neil Phillips.
Well, that was a good pre-C. Hold on, let me just check. I'm on. Yeah, I am. Keith, that was a good pre-C because, you know, I was a bit disappointed in the fact that you said that we are the most wasteful county district in Warwickshire. But regarding in terms of planning policy, paragraph 1314 of the Borough Plan, it explains that national targets for energy efficiency and progression towards zero carbon development are being taken forward. Right. Nonetheless, Borough Plan BE3, sustainable design and construction requires developments to be adaptable to, as you know, and to minimise the impact of climate change as well as being of high quality design. This policy requires integration of passive solar design principles, as you also know, installation of rainwater harvesting and pollution minimisation. The government appointed planning inspector considered that the council's approach was sound and the sustainable design and construction SPD tabled for adoption provides supplementary guidance to that policy. I think the big thing is, Keith, to keep matters a lot quicker. We don't have so much control over planning regulations anymore than what the government tells us to do. Policy compliance will be monitored as part of the Council's Authority Monitoring Report, which is due for publication in 2020, and further changes to legislation or government guidance would need to be considered as part of the Borough Plan review process. Regarding sort of being also wasteful, this council includes within its capital budget a number of improvements to council-owned properties, flats and bungalows to constantly improve the energy efficiency of its stock. Now, I've checked with our property services, and between 2017 and 2021, it is predicted that there will have been 624 external wall insulation upgrades, 1,165 heating upgrades, 1,642 window and door upgrades, 18 communal lighting upgrades. Regarding the private sector, in addition, the council has also successfully supported private landlords and property owners to deliver improvements through a number of schemes, initiatives since 2012, including loft and cavity wall insulation, boiler replacements and central heating insulation. And furthermore, the council has successfully managed its buildings to significantly improve energy efficiency performance through introducing a variety of energy saving equipment across the borough site since 2001. This has included large-scale combined heat and power to voltage.
With respect, this is off subject.
You called us a wasteful council. That was your question. I'm saying we are not a wasteful council. So I may continue. This has included large-scale combined heat and power to voltage optimization to building computer controls, LED lighting to gas-saving boilers, and these measures of continuous energy saving year on year. This is reflected in the latest display energy certificate submitted to government. For example, this town hall has achieved an energy proficient operating rating of B, so it's performing well. Councillor, you said, why are we most wasteful? Your question was, why are we the most wasteful council in Warwickshire? I don't think we are. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. You have the answer. The next question is from Councillor Carl Evans to the portfolio holder for Central Services, Councillor Jill Shepherd. Councillor Evans.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
The Bedworth area office in the town centre is a vital asset to the council and allows residents in Bedworth to walk into the office freely to make inquiries about council-related services. According to the council's website, the office is currently closed due to coronavirus. Could I ask the portfolio holder the following? When COVID-19 comes to an end and the office reopens, will the council operate the office as it did before COVID-19, or will residents need to book appointments to meet customer service advisors? And can I just briefly take the opportunity to say thank you to the customer service advisors for everything they're doing at home at the moment. I know they're taking calls from home. Thank you.
Councillor Shepherd.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Mayor. The health and well-being of both our residents and our staff is our highest priority. And while government advice on COVID-19 is to limit face-to-face contact wherever possible, all requests for council services are being handled online or over the phone. Any resident needing a face-to-face meeting due to the nature of the inquiry has been and will be given an appointment with social distancing measures in place. The need for appointments is being monitored both in terms of the type of inquiry and the convenience of the location. The location for any appointment is made in discussion with the residents, and we are looking at the practicalities of utilising the Civic Hall whilst maintaining current social distancing. We moved the area office from High Street to Congrove Walk, which allowed us to provide good quality emergency accommodation, which from memory Councillor Hancock's opened. My intention is to use the Bedworth office as soon as practically possible under government guidance. Thank you, Councillor Evans, for your question. Can I also take the opportunity to thank the customer service team for the excellent work they're doing to ensure residents of this borough can access the services they need. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councillor Shepherd. Well, that is the end of the council agenda. Thank you for your patience. It has been a difficult evening, along with the manner in which we have lost. But I need to thank Eileen and Kelly and whoever else actually managed to get us back on stream towards the end, when we went down. So thank you all very much for your attendance, and see you all soon, and a safe journey home.